The screen glows blue in the dim evening light of a studio apartment in Astoria. It's 7:14 p.m. on a Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. The sound is a low, constant hum of the refrigerator, the distant sirens on 31st Street, and the soft, rhythmic asterisk flick dash flick dash flick asterisk of a thumb scrolling. Meet Alex. He's 29, works in digital marketing for a sustainable sneaker startup, and is, according to 3 different apps, highly compatible with 1,247 people within a 5-mile radius. Right now he's lying on his gray sofa, the one he bought specifically because it looked good in video call backgrounds, scrolling through Luma, the newest premium dating app. It boasts AI chemistry scores and requires a 15-second video prompt for verification. He's already done his daily swipe session on 2 other apps. This is the 3rd. His eyes aren't excited. They're not even hopeful. They're just scanning profile after profile. A woman posing with a rescued greyhound at Prospect Park. A man holding a perfect latte art in a Chelsea cafe. Someone on a paddleboard, sunset over the Hudson. The bios blur together. Adventure seeker, sapiophile, fluent in sarcasm and wine. Love to travel, 57 countries, and counting. He can hear the generic lo-fi cafe beats Luma pipes in the background of every introductory video. It's the same 10-second soundtrack over and over. He pauses on a profile. Sophia, 30, strategy consultant, ENFJ. Her pictures are impeccable. One at a rooftop in Williamsburg, one hiking in Breakneck Ridge, one laughing at a candlelit table. Her video prompt is polished. I'm looking for someone curious, driven and up for spontaneous trips to the Finger Lakes for wine tasting. Alex feels a flicker. She seems great, but he also feels a familiar, hollow ping in his stomach. It's the same feeling he got looking at the last 10 great profiles. It's not attraction, it's comparison. Asterisk, could I be that guy? The spontaneous Finger Lakes guy? Asterisk, he hesitates for 3 full seconds, his thumb hovering over the connect heart. Then he flicks past. Asterisk, infinite scroll. Asterisk, there will be another one, a better one. The asterisk, perfect asterisk one is just a thumb flick away. He sits up, runs a hand through his hair. The apartment is quiet. The plant on his windowsill, a snake plant, chosen because the internet said it was impossible to kill, looks a little brown at the tips. He has a weird, restless energy. It has the same energy that propelled him to sign up for a 5K he didn't T-train for last month. He opens his phone again, but not Luma. He opens Spark, an older app. He has 3 matches waiting. He taps the first one. Maya. Their conversation is a graveyard of polite, dead-end exchanges. Asterisk, asterisk, Alex, October 2nd. Asterisk, asterisk, hey Maya. Loved your pick at the Strand. Find any good books? Asterisk, asterisk, Maya, October 3rd. Asterisk, asterisk, thanks. Mostly just browsing. Love that place. Asterisk, asterisk, Alex, October 4th. Asterisk, asterisk, totally. It's a maze. How was your week? Asterisk, asterisk, Maya, October 5th. Asterisk, asterisk, pretty busy. Yours? Asterisk, asterisk, Alex, October 6th. Asterisk, asterisk, same, always, crazy. He stares at the screen. Asterisk, crazy. Asterisk, he typed crazy, the most meaningless word in the modern dating lexicon. The conversation is a ghost. It has no pulse. He can't even remember her face, just the general idea of a beanie and a stack of books. He closes the app. The silence in the apartment gets louder. It's a specific kind of New York silence, not true quiet, but a vacuum filled with the distant thrum of a million other people living their lives, having their conversations, maybe even falling in love. He has a date tonight at 8:30 with Chris, a graphic designer he matched with on a different app, Hinge, but for creatives, they're meeting at a trendy, newly opened bar in Bushwick called The Alibi. The lights are supposed to be good for selfies. Alex has been there twice before with 2 different people. He knows the menu. He knows the best seat is the high top near the back, away from the door draft. He pulls on his jacket, a stylish olive green utility jacket, and checks his reflection in the dark phone screen. He practices a smile. It looks fine. He feels nothing. The subway ride is a tunnel of glowing rectangles. Every third person is staring at a screen, probably on a dating app. He gets off at the Jefferson Street stop and walks the 2 blocks. The air is crisp, smelling of fall leaves and fried food from a nearby truck. He can hear the bass line of a song pulsing from the alibi before he even opens the door. Inside, it's all exposed brick and warm Edison bulbs. It's loud. The kind of loud where you have to lean in and shout. He spots Chris at the bar, nursing a craft beer. Chris looks just like his picture's good haircut, interesting glasses, a tasteful tattoo peeking from his sleeve. They do the awkward half-hug, shoulder pat thing. "Hey, Alex, right?" "Yeah." "Chris, great to finally meet." They find the high top near the back. The script begins. It's a script Alex knows by heart. He's performed it, and had it performed for him dozens of times. Question 1. So, did you have trouble finding the place? The transit and logistics check. Question 2. What do you do? The professional valuation. Question 3. Where do you live? The real estate and commute assessment. Question 4. So, what do you do for fun? The hobby audit. Chris is nice. He's perfectly nice. He talks about his design work for a boutique gin brand. Alex talks about the sneaker startup's new carbon-neutral campaign. They laugh at the right moments. They order a second round of drinks, a local IPA for Chris, a mezcal cocktail for Alex. The conversation moves to safe curated topics, a new immersive art exhibit in Soho. Did you see it? Not yet, but it's on my list. The impossible nightmare of getting a reasonable laundry service, the merits of different pizza slices in their respective neighborhoods. Alex's mind starts to drift. He's listening, but he's also watching Chris's mouth form words, and behind him, he sees another pair on a date. A man and a woman leaning in, having what looks like the exact same conversation . He can almost see the script floating in a speech bubble above their heads. His foot taps a nervous rhythm under the table. He feels a tightness in his jaw from smiling. The mezcal tastes like smoke and anxiety. This is the part that stings. This is the raw, relatable detail. It's not a bad date. It's a neutral date. It's a perfectly pleasant, utterly forgettable interview between two friendly, mildly attractive candidates for the position of potential partner. There's no danger, no real vulnerability, no spark of something weird or wonderful. It's a low-stakes, low-reward game, and Alex realizes as he takes another sip that he is deeply, profoundly bored. Not of Chris, of the whole production. The date ends at 10:15 p.m., the universal, "I have an early morning" curfew. "This was really great," Chris says. "Yeah, really nice to meet you," Alex replies. The hug is repeated. "Let's do it again soon," one of them says. They both know they almost certainly won't. Alex walks back to the subway, hands in his pockets. The cool air feels good on his face. His phone buzzes in his pocket. It's a notification from Luma. "You have 5 new potential matches. Don't keep them waiting." The little heart icon glows cheerfully in the dark. He stands on the nearly empty L train platform, and a question rises up in him, sharp and uncomfortable. It's not a sad question, it's an angry one. A fed-up one. He hears it in his own voice, clear as the rumble of the approaching train. What if I'm not bad at dating? What if the game itself is broken? What if the problem isn't his profile pictures or his job or his height or his ability to make small talk about artisanal gin? What if he's been pouring his hope, his time, his lonely Tuesday nights into a system that was never designed to help him find a connection? What if it was designed to do one thing? Keep him swiping, keep him searching, keep him coming back to that glowing blue screen, promising that the perfect one is just one more flick of the thumb away? The train whooshes into the station, doors sliding open. He gets on, finds a seat. He doesn't take out his phone. He just watches the dark tunnels flash by, his own reflection ghostly in the window. And that's when he remembers something he'd skimmed last week, a headline. A piece of 2025 data from a big study on New York City dating. The number floats into his mind, cold and hard as a statistic can be. It said that 40% more people reported feeling app fatigue than just 2 years ago. But at the same time, the number of actual first dates happening had plummeted by 22%. Fewer dates, more exhaustion. More options than any generation in history, and more people sitting alone on their sofas scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. The train climbs onto the elevated tracks in Queens. The skyline of Manhattan spreads out, a breathtaking forest of light and ambition, a city of 8 million stories. And down here, in this rattling train car, a single, powerful lie was starting to crack open for Alex, the lie he, and maybe you, have been believing without even realizing it. Asterisk, asterisk, the lie that more options will always lead to a better choice. Asterisk, asterisk, the doors dinged open at his stop. Alex stepped out into the night, the question still hanging in the air, quieter now, but pulsing like a new heartbeat. What if you stopped playing the game and started something real? So Alex was awake. He'd felt that click, that uncomfortable shift in his gut on the L train. The system was broken. But if that's true, he thought the next morning, sipping bitter coffee from his favorite chipped mug, then what have I been doing wrong? What's asterisk my asterisk part in this? He figured it must be laziness. Or maybe he was just too picky. That's what his friend Sam had said over brunch last Sunday. Dude, you've got to put in more effort. Your profile is fine, but fine isn't enough anymore. So that Wednesday, Alex decided to put in the work. He dedicated his entire lunch break 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., sitting in a sunbeam at his desk, to what he called Operation Profile Revamp. He opened Luma, Spark, and the third one, Kismet, all at once. He looked at his profiles not as himself, but as a marketing project. Alex Chun, the product. His main photo was solid, him at a friend's wedding in the Catskills, smiling genuinely in a navy suit. But the others? He scrutinized them. The one of him pretending to read a thick philosophy book at the Central Library? He'd read 3 pages for that photo. The one rock climbing at the cliffs in LIC? He'd gone once on a company team-building day and spent most of it nervously watching others. The picture of him with a fancy cocktail at that speakeasy behind the unmarked door in the East Village? He'd hated that drink. It tasted like perfume. But these were the good pictures. They showed a guy who was intellectual, adventurous, sophisticated. They were the pictures that got likes. So he kept them.
My name is Alex, and for years, my online dating life was a carefully constructed performance. I went home and looked at my own profile. The adventurous, globe-trotting foodie stared back at me. When I finally felt ready to get back out there, I approached it completely differently. That coffee date turned into a second date, and then a third. And it was all built on a foundation of authenticity. So if you're out there, swiping and feeling like you need to be someone else to be loved, I want you to hear this. You are enough. The 2025 NYC dating data had a name for this. They called it the authenticity gap. It found that 35% more profiles now listed things like entrepreneur or creative as core identity traits, while mentions of specific, shared, everyday hobbies, like cooking together or watching terrible reality TV, had plummeted. We were all becoming shiny, polished, and utterly lonely prototypes of an ideal, not our actual selves. Alex got home. He didn't open the apps. He just sat in the dark for a minute. He thought about what he'd actually felt on the date with Jenna. Nothing. He'd been too busy managing his own performance to feel anything. He thought about what he'd felt watching the couple play darts, a yearning for something messy, something real. What was he hiding? What was the true thing he'd edited out of his own story to make the product more sellable? It came to him, clear and simple. It was Friday night. His friends were probably out at some loud bar, but what Alex genuinely deeply wanted to do was order a giant, greasy pepperoni pizza from the okay-ish place downstairs, put on his softest, oldest sweatpants, and watch the first 3 Harry Potter movies. Back to back. Not because he was a super fan, but because they were comforting. They were a warm blanket for his brain. He loved the silly voices he did for the characters when he watched alone. He loved the way the cheese pulled apart on the pizza. He had never in a million years considered putting that in a dating profile. Looking for a partner to share a mediocre pizza and marathon children-esque fantasy movies with. It felt embarrassing. It felt small. It felt not enough. But as he sat there, a new question, quiet but insistent, pushed through the noise. What if that's the part of me that's actually lovable? What if the very thing he was hiding, the quiet, cozy, unimpressive mac and cheese with hot dogs part of himself, wasn't a bug in the system? What if it was the secret handshake, the real signal in all the noise? He didn't have an answer. Not yet. But for the first time, the performance loop had a crack in it. The flawless cardboard cutout of Alex Chen, version 2.0, he'd been carrying around felt lighter and somehow deeply ridiculous. The real person underneath it all took a deep, shaky breath. The curtain was coming down. The next act was about to begin, and he had no idea what his lines were, and that was terrifying. And it was the most hopeful he'd felt in a very, very long time. The crack in the performance was a scary thing. It meant light could get in, but it also meant Alex had to look at what he'd been hiding. That next Saturday morning, with autumn sunlight pouring through his Astoria window and dust motes dancing in the beams, he made a decision. It felt small, almost silly. It wasn't about going on a date. It wasn't about sending 100 new messages. It was about his profile, that digital billboard for brand architect Alex. He opened his laptop, the keys familiar under his fingers. He clicked on Luma. His profile stared back at him, polished, impersonal. That photo of him with the philosophy book made him cringe a little now. He could almost smell the library dust and his own faint desperation for looking deep. The advice from every article, every podcast, every well-meaning friend screamed in his head. Only use your best photos. Show your most exciting life. Be aspirational. But a new, quieter voice was there, too. The one that had watched the couple playing darts. The one that really wanted to watch Harry Potter. It said, "What's one true thing? Just one." He scrolled through his camera roll, past the sunsets and the posed brunch pictures and the obligatory skyline shots. He scrolled back, past months of curated life. And then he found it. A picture from last 4th of July. He was at a friend's rooftop BBQ in Long Island City. He wasn't looking at the camera. He was caught mid-laugh, his head thrown back, his eyes crinkled shut. He was wearing a ridiculous bright blue apron that said, "Grill Sergeant," and he was holding a pair of tongs like a symphony conductor. In the background, you could see a slightly lopsided burger on the grill, and a blurry friend pouring lemonade. It was not a perfect photo. His hair was a mess. The lighting was harsh afternoon sun. You could see a smudge of charcoal on his cheek. It was real. It was a moment of unscripted joy. His thumb hovered over the screen. The resistance was a physical thing. It felt like trying to push two powerful magnets together, the wrong poles facing each other. A wave of thoughts crashed over him. This isn't flattering. It's not cool. What will people think? Grill Sergeant. Really? This will kill your matches. You'll look basic. You'll look like every other guy at a BBQ. You'll look normal. He almost swiped past it. He almost closed the laptop. This was the moment. This exact heart-thumping, silly little moment was where 95% of people quit. It's where the fear of being ordinary wins over the courage to be real. But he thought of Jenna and the hollow 2-hour performance. He thought of the 1,947 highly compatible matches that felt like nothing. He took a deep breath that hitched in his chest. Screw it. He whispered to the empty apartment. He tapped the photo. He dragged it to the front. It became his primary profile picture on Luma. He deleted the philosophy book shot entirely. He felt a jolt, like a static shock. It was done. Now for the bio. He looked at the carefully crafted sentences. Purpose-driven brand architect. Curious explorer. Aspiring amateur sommelier-ish. It was a resume, not an invitation. The profile updated with a soft whoosh. And there he was. Alex, in a goofy apron, talking about scrambled eggs. Alex stared at the words. He read them 3 times. He laughed, a real out-loud chuckle that echoed in his kitchen. He wrote back. He typed back his honest answer. Terrifying and really, really good. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that subscribe button and join us as we explore more stories about connection and authenticity.
Rule number 1 came to him during a boring Tuesday afternoon Zoom meeting about Q4 projections. He and Chloe had been texting for 2 days. The conversation was lovely, easy, funny, full of little observations about their days. They'd shared pictures, his sad-looking desk plant, her spectacularly failed attempt at the trust exercise, eggs, they were indeed soup. They'd hit 15 messages back and forth. And then Alex felt the old, familiar freeze. What now? Do you just keep texting forever, building a pen pal fantasy? The momentum was about to stall. That's when he enacted **** the 5-message rule. ***, if an exchange is good and hits 5 solid messages each way, you propose a low-pressure, real-world vibe check. No grand dinner date plans. Something short, simple, and with an easy exit. His heart beat a little faster as he typed. It felt forward, it felt risky. What if she said no and the nice bubble popped? He pushed send before he could overthink it. ***, this is fun. I have to run to Chelsea Market tomorrow to pick up some weird hot sauce for my friend's birthday. Want to meet for a 20-minute conch coffee at that newsstand? The 3 blinking dots appeared. And appeared, the wait was agony. Then her reply. ***, a conch run and dragon's breath? How could I say no? 3:30, I'm in a green coat. A rush of pure, clean energy hit him. It wasn't the anxious buzz of getting a match. It was the focused excitement of a plan in motion. The next day, Wednesday, at 3:28 p.m., he was standing in the bustling, aromatic chaos of Chelsea Market, holding a comically large bottle of red-hot sauce. The air smelled of fresh bread, salty pretzels, and coffee. He saw a woman in a moss-green coat looking at the conch menu. "Chloe?" he said. She turned. Her smile wasn't the polished, camera-ready smile from her ski photo. It was a little nervous, wider on one side than the other. "Alex? Hey! Wow, you actually have the sauce," she laughed. They got their coffees black hers with oat milk and leaned against a high table near a rack of hanging salamis. They didn't talk about jobs. They talked about the overwhelming smell of sugar in the donut shop next door. The 20 minutes flew by. At the end, she nodded at his bottle. "Good luck with the dragon's breath." They parted ways with a wave, not a hug. It was a perfect pressure-free container, a human sample, and the sample was good. Never due to first meetings in the same type of place. His last date had been a dark, quiet wine bar. This was a bright, loud public market. It completely rewired his brain. This wasn't an interview. It was a coincidental meeting. It felt normal. He set a timer on his phone for 60 seconds. He couldn't ask, "Did she like me?" He had to ask, "How did I feel?" He sat on his couch, closed his eyes, and let the words come. "Animated," he muttered to himself. "Curious, comfortable." He typed them into a note on his phone. That was his data. Not her reaction, but his. He saw Chloe again that Saturday. She suggested a walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. Another different venue outdoors, moving, full of tourists and wind. Halfway across, with the skyline of Manhattan behind them and the rust-colored towers of the bridge framing their view, they hit a conversational lull. The wind whipped their words away. The old anxiety started to creep in. Asterisk? Is this awkward? Is the magic fading? Asterisk. The inevitable moment where the new script ran out and silence rushed in. The initial spark or easy banter is a terrible predictor of anything lasting. Real connection often starts asterisk after asterisk the awkward pause. It's the comfort to be quiet or to ask a real question from that quiet place. So, what's a project you're currently procrastinating on? Chloe blew out a long breath that turned to mist in the cold air. It's been there since February. I see it every day and feel a little ping of guilt. They looked at each other and grinned. It was a moment of profound, shared imperfection. The conversation didn't just restart. It deepened. The spark wasn't a firework. It was the gentle, steady glow of a pilot light, finally catching. He started tracking this, not on the apps, but on a physical paper calendar he stuck on his fridge. He used a red X for any first meetup he did, a green check mark for every time he followed the 5-message rule, a tiny gold star for every time he successfully navigated an awkward pause with a real question. The calendar, by the end of October, wasn't a record of romantic conquests. It was a record of his own follow-through. It looked alive. Messy but alive.